hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
I'm so excited that starting today I get to call you my husband. We've talked about our special day for so long, and it feels surreal that it is finally here. I will cherish every moment today, and I know it will be one of the best days of my life. We have grown so much over the past 8 years, not only individually, but also as a couple. Thank you for being my best friend and for supporting and challenging me. I truly believe that you have made me a better person, teaching me to be a more carefree and to not sweat the small stuff. You are the perfect match for me, and I wouldn't want to share my life with anyone else. Saying yes when you asked me to marry you was the easiest decision I have ever made, and I'm so happy that we chose each other forever. Can't wait to have the best time with you today. See you soon. I love you, Alyssa.
My beautiful bride. 8 years ago, I would have never thought that going to a bar for a friend's birthday, I would be meeting my future wife. There was something special that night. I knew because the next morning I couldn't stop thinking about it and told my friends we had to stop by Mihad to see you again. Over the following years, we got to know one another, traveling around the world, learning from each other, and growing together as a couple. Those experiences were the best I've experienced in my life, and it fills my heart knowing that we still have the rest of our lives to continue to grow as a couple and family together. I love the way you accept me for who I am, always allowing me to follow my passions and dreams, no matter how crazy or ambitious they may seem. You've never tried to slow me down or tell me that I'm crazy and that my thoughts are too crazy. I love the way you believe in me and never question our future together. I've learned so much from you in the past 8 years, and I know that I still have so much to learn and that you will help me continue to grow as a person and husband. I also love the way you care about animals and the way you love Ralphie and treat him like he is a human. He is a human. It makes me confident that one day we continue to help animals and other people in this world to be given an opportunity to live a meaningful life full of love and joy. Happiness is a state where nothing is missing. I feel like when we are together, no matter where we are or what we're doing, it's filled with content, fullness, and happiness. Even though we don't need anything but each other to be happy, we always strive for more and believe in endless amounts of success for one another. Our 8 years together have gone by so fast in the blink of an eye. I'm so confident that we can spend a lifetime together. We have so much ahead of us, and I can't wait to continue our journey together until the end of time. You're my love, my best friend, and my partner forever, Gregoire. This would be nice.
Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
Welcome to Massachusetts. Welcome to this beautiful property, the Briar Barn Inn. But most importantly, welcome to this very special wedding celebration of Alyssa and Greg in an affirmation of their lifelong love and commitment to each other. Each one of you have given something of yourselves to their lives, and collectively, you do represent the families, the friends, but also the traditions that have brought them to this point in their lives. Your friendship and your love will always be appreciated, and by taking part in this celebration right now, you are affirming your support for their marriage. And they truly welcome you here and thank you for sharing this very important day with them. Now, for the past 8 years, Alyssa and Greg, they've known each other, they've loved each other, and they have already learned they can depend on each other, and through each other, they are becoming better people. And today, they come before us to enter into the sacred covenant of marriage, vowing to be partners through the trials and the triumphs of their shared life. And they are declaring to each other, and of course to all of you that are present, that they will be by each other's side no matter what life brings their way. You know, the bond of marriage, it is the deepest of all human relationships. And no moment is more filled with meaning, no vow more sacred, no human tie more tender, no act more decisive, and no time more memorable than the decision to live together as husband and wife. Marriage does challenge us to be of one accord without abandoning the truth of our individuality. It challenges us not to lose ourselves in one another, but to rather walk side by side, heading in that same direction. Greg, do you choose Alyssa to be your wife? If so, respond, I do.
I do.
Good answer. Alyssa, do you choose Greg to be your husband? If so, respond, I do. And you know, wedding rings, they are symbolic. They're a symbolic reminder of an unbroken circle of a healthy and an abiding love. And within the safety and comfort of a true marriage, you know, love freely given has no beginning and it has no end. So may the seamless circle of these rings become the symbol of your love and serve to remind you of the covenant that you have entered into today. And by the authority that is vested in me by this beautiful state of Massachusetts, I do hereby pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss.
We'll be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, you're could never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways, and maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. So baby, now
Thank you all for coming. It was a wonderful ceremony out there, and the Justice of the Peace stole a lot of my thunder. Basically, everybody here tonight was a fond memory of the bride and groom. We're just happy to have everybody here. It's very meaningful for this very nice occasion in their life. I hesitate to mention names because I'm going to forget somebody, but there are several people that are not here tonight. I'd just like to remember them. One is Ali's grandmother, Lola Nati, who's in the Philippines, 92 years old. She lives by herself. She has plenty of children, grandchildren, everybody to come in and help her, but she just was unable to come. And the other grandparent that is still alive is Greg's mother's father, who is in France. He's 92 also, but he's not in the best of health, so he was unable to come. The only other thing I'd really like to say is there's a lot of fond memories growing up, but I have one memory that nobody else has, and that was day one. I was there when Alyssa was born. Her mother had a C-section, which was unexpected. It was an emergency C-section. They took me in and said, "You sit right here. We don't have anybody to take care of you. If you don't think you can, you got to get out of here." So I sat there, and when Ali was born, they said, "Would you like to hold her?" So I held her. They put her in my arms. An hour later, they came back. I was still holding her. But I saw something nobody else did. She had a full head of black hair, which everybody knows, but she also had blue eyes, which isn't unusual, I guess, but the dominant DNA prevails, and after several weeks, the brown eyes took over. But I did see her with blue eyes, and I'll always remember that. And she came out kicking and wiggling, and she's been doing the same ever since. So we've just had a lot of fun with them, and Greg and I have a lot of interests. Hopefully we'll get to go on a motorcycle ride together or a skateboard ride. But just several days ago, somebody said, "Well, I suppose you're sad you're losing your daughter." I said, "Not really. I'm not sad. I'm very, very happy. We couldn't have asked for a better husband than Greg. Just a great guy. So we appreciate having him into the family, as well as we inherited a Citroen into the family. We got to ride in it. It's a fun car. Thank you, JM. So with that, I'll let the party continue.
I want to take the time to congratulate Greg and Alyssa on this beautiful wedding and for the amazing ceremony. So about Greg. As far as I can remember, Greg's been an entrepreneur his entire life. Even when we were little kids playing with Legos and we had our own pretend Lego city with families and everything, Greg had the lockdown on the business for fish and banking. So, according to the internet, I'm told it's tradition in best man speeches to tell embarrassing stories about the groom. So, my strategy was simple. I asked Greg what stories were off limits. So, here's the stories he didn't want you to hear. Greg's gym class nickname. So Greg was late from gym class one day because he was chatting up his teacher, I'm sure about stock markets or something like that. And he had to get a hall pass from the teacher. And the teacher wrote his nickname on it, G-string. Because Greg and Van Thong. Greg's got a pretty good sense of humor, so he thought it was pretty funny, and he handed it to the teacher of the next class. She was not amused. So she called up our mom, and it was, oh, can you believe this? He's being bullied, blah, blah, blah. Our mom thought it was hysterical. Now, in all seriousness, Greg's a pretty terrific guy. I consider myself lucky to be his brother. He's really generous with friends and family, and very thoughtful. And when Greg met Alyssa, somehow he became an even better person. I didn't know it was possible. But these two are a perfect pair, let me tell you. I mean, they really bring out the best in each other. They're always having a blast. They're always going to fun places, having adventures, and they got Ralphie. Most importantly, Alyssa tolerates Greg's obsessions with his tech toys, whether it's the smartwatches or the electric scooters or boards or whatever the hell he's into these days. But no, Alyssa's been just as kind and generous with us as Greg has been, and I couldn't be happier that the two of them have decided to get married. Also, Alyssa's been an amazing auntie to Emmeline. So here's a toast for two amazing people, Greg and Alyssa. Cheers.
It was fun. It was an interesting experience growing up with Greg. Like everyone says, he grew up as a very creative and ambitious guy, and I like to consider him as the idea guy, right? So when we were kids, we grew up in this cul-de-sac, and there was a bunch of other neighborhood kids, and Greg was somewhat of a shepherd. He would have these great ideas. One bright idea was there's this big hill in the neighborhood, and he was like, we're gonna take our skateboards, we're gonna go to the top of the hill, and we're gonna ride all the way down, and we're gonna see who makes it. The idea guy, right? But of course, it's Greg, so we were all like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Fast forward a couple years, he starts his own business, he gets a couple gold nuggets. But it isn't until he meets Alyssa that all of a sudden the ideas get smarter. More calculated. And suddenly he's just this super smart guy all of a sudden, right? Right? But I mean, that's just who Alyssa is. She brings up Greg. She makes him a better person. She makes him smarter. She makes him brighter, and she makes the idea guy just a better person overall. And not only are you just a beautiful and very cool person, but that's what you do. You bring people up, and that's an amazing thing. So, I'd like to raise a glass to not only two awesome people, a great team, to family, but to Alyssa and Greg.
I remember just walking next to each other, and I think we just introduced each other, and just like that, I officially made my first college friend. It was immediate and we clicked. But Alyssa wasn't just any friend. We had a strong bond from the get-go. We bonded over canned corned beef hash, which Alyssa introduced me to, and oil-absorbing sheets. With 12 years of friendship behind us, Alyssa has always been there for me. College wouldn't have been the same without her. She was there during major milestones in my life, and she's always been one of my most influential friends, with many milestones originating from her. She was there when I first met my husband, and we were eating corned beef hash. She was there when I got into my first club fight. She was there when I became a chain smoker for approximately 6 business days. And she was there for me on my wedding day and for my baby shower. Sorry guys, double-sided. Flying all the way to Colorado for it. But back when we first met, we actually requested to be freshman roommates after our initial encounter at orientation, but we didn't get put together, and I was super disappointed. But there was nothing that could be done. My dad contacted the school. I think your dad contacted the school. But either way, I ended up being assigned to a random roommate, and her name is Anita.
I'm still here.
And so if that hadn't happened, we both wouldn't be standing here today with you and Greg on your wedding day. So it all worked out in the end.
Hi.
Sorry, this is going back and forth.
This is like a few-part speech. I'm Anita. I'm the random roommate. Alyssa might kill me for this, but it's okay. She'll still be my friend. I first met Alyssa on the stairs of our college dorm room freshman year. These two over here were sitting outside, and they might have been ripping some butts, thinking they looked so cool. I'm very happy that was a very short-lived era. After that year, we all decided that we wanted to live together. Our sophomore year, we lived in a dorm room made for 2, but had 3 girls in it. I don't know what we were thinking. That is when we became familiar with Alyssa's quirks. Alyssa would sleep all day like a vampire in a coffin. I'll show you how. Like this. Jenny and I would communicate through AOL Instant Messenger, so we wouldn't wake her up. She was Sleeping Beauty.
Another example of an Alyssa quirk is when she'd sit under her lofted bed watching South Park for hours on end. She'd wear headphones and sit totally silently with sporadic bursts of extremely loud laughter, startling Anita and me every time. But in addition to becoming familiar with her quirks, we also grew to love the qualities that make Alyssa Alyssa.
Alyssa's a true and honest friend. She will always tell you if your outfit or makeup looks good or bad. She would tell you your boyfriend is being stupid or you're just being a crazy person. Alyssa's honesty comes from a place of kindness. She cherishes the friends she has and wants to make sure that they're okay.
She is one of the most supportive, dependable, and reliable friends that we have. Yeah, we only have a few friends. When Alyssa says she will do something or be there for you, sorry. You know that she means it. Okay. Even if she's running a tad bit late, likely due to a nap that went into overtime. But since meeting Greg, we've been lucky enough to witness what a positive influence he has been for Alyssa. And I still remember when Alyssa called me to tell me that she met this boy, Greg War, and he was French, but he also spoke English. And it was clear from that point on that they had something special.
Greg and Alyssa truly balance each other. Alyssa's a type A personality, and Greg's being more of a type C for chill. Alyssa has certainly adapted to some of Greg's chillness over the years. Alyssa has also become quite techie, which obviously can also be attributed to Greg. She's even become more adventurous. She became quite an e-foiler over the summer and a boosted boarder. I don't know, right grammar, but...
But in all seriousness, we're so happy for you guys. We love you guys both so much, and we're happy that this day has finally come. We also want to thank Alyssa and Greg's parents for putting together such a great day. And
And with that, please raise your glass. And as the French say, chin chin.
No matter if they passion you, I wanna make you show and make you feel. Just come that you found something already. There was a time